Hello, everyone. Bill Molyneux here for May 5th. Um, anyhow, Cinco de Mayo Day, and we're doing a Spanish American War game. I'm sure you watched my intro. We're going to get right to playing. We're using a mixture of Howard Whitehouse rules and bolt action. Howard Whitehouse rules are a gentleman's war, and we're just going to get right into it. The USS Olympia is sitting offshore in my scenario. And really quickly, I use these rules a lot. These are Bill tweaked rules. Side A moves, fires with side B moves, and it's on initiative of who moves first. We're using all D6s, as you can see. There's a rate of fire, short range and long range, and on the back we have a little hand-to-hand combat chart. Special notes: these rules are also on the the No Stress Miniature Wargaming Facebook site. All right, so I'm going to see who goes first, and I rolled 2 big dice, and it means the Spanish go first, and I also need to see if the USS Olympia is got a target, and it does not. We got an odd. Whenever we have an even, we're going to have both gun turrets of 8-inch guns will fire, and we're going to lob out this gigantic um, shell thing template. All right, so we're going to have our Americans move first. It is everyone gets to move. All right, so for turn 1, we're just docking here and docking here. So that's where they've moved to, and we're not going to have them disembark yet. We're going to allow half to fire when it's the firing phase for the Americans. All right. So the Americans have now moved. Side B fires. So I'm going to do some firing with our Spanish, and we're going to do this front row here. Okay. And once again, we got a little worse tape here. Thank Greg and all the guys there for all their support. Okay, well, we have short range rifles, 1 die per 2 figures. I'm rolling 2 dice, and we have 1 hit on the boat. And we're going to say that they have some cover. They need a 5 or a 6 to kill. All right, so we were at short range, 4, 5, or 6, and we gave them a little cover in the boats for 5 or 6. Okay, so you're not firing 1 die per figure, you're rolling 1 die per 2 figures, and we do round up. And our officers, by the way, this is the Buffalo Soldiers here with Pershing. And then over here, we have Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders. Okay, our machine gun's up on the hill. And we're going to say this is sort of light. It can see at 24 inches. And I'm not going to be resolving. It's 6 dice. Okay, 2 dice per figure. And we are at long range. I need 4, 5, or 6s. We're just under. We got 3 hits. Now let's see about kills. Oh, we rolled 2 boxcars. All right. So the boat takes a hit, and let's see if we roll snake eyes. No, Pershing is not wounded, but we did lose 2 figures. So 2 Buffalo Soldiers have perished. All right. Now we have firing over there. Let's move our camera. Okay, we have 6 rifles, which turns into 3d6 long range, which is a 5 or a 6, and we rolled no hits with those Spanish Mausers. What's that? The Spanish. Okay, now the next thing to fire, we'll move our camera. I don't know, can I? Oh, I zoomed in on it. All right, we're gonna fire the big gun. And the big gun doesn't use the big template. I gotta find the little template. And it's, oh, it's on the floor. Well, by the way, I had a nice weekend with Lisa, my wife. She wasn't feeling the best Friday night, so we couldn't go out to dinner. But she did really good on Saturday, and I hope you watched some of my crazy videos. But we're going to try lobbing a shell right at the Buffalo Soldiers. All right. So that's a heavy gun, has unlimited range. So we have our burst circle. We're going to plop it right here on top of the machine gun. And here we go. Where is our directional die? Oh, so there it is. Oh, and then 3d6, 10, 14 inches. Kaboom. All right, so this is where that shell landed. All right, if it was a hit, it could have hit up to, killed up to 6 figures, and then we would have rolled to see if that boat went up also. All right, everything Spanish is now fired that's within range. Okay, everyone, we are now in the next sequence. We did our side A moves, side B fires, removes dead, and no hand-to-hand combat. Now side B gets the move, and which is our Spanish. So we're going to go ahead and fall back with that front line unit. I'm going to pause the camera, or should I just go ahead and so we're going to have them at 12 inches, but we're going to actually have them move 9. There's a little bit of scrub here. All right, so we have them falling back. And, oh, by the way, we'll be getting ready to send the goober check in another week and a half, 2 weeks, to Weiss Fork Battlefield. And for $511 from all of you that are watching my videos. I really appreciate everyone that watches these. And, you know, I'm not turning this into a job in that sense, but I am trying to raise money. And by the way, the flags are our Spanish leaders, and we're just getting this unit moved around, and we're gonna have them come down here, keeping the reserves on the hill. All right, so our Spanish have moved, and we're gonna fire our boats. Okay, our potato digger gun, and it's 6 dice. What do we want to shoot at? We're just going to shoot at this cluster of figures. We are at short range for sure, and we need 4, 5, or 6s. We got 2 hits. We're going to say they are sort of in the open, and we got 1 kill. So the potato digger gun blazes away and kills 1 Spanish figure. Okay. Oh, Buffalo Soldiers get a morale marker. They get a morale marker. Okay. Junior General website has some great rules and scenarios too. Now, because of my boat here, we're not going to allow everybody to fire. There's 20. We'll fire the Pershing's pistols. He got one hit, and it wasn't a kill though. All right. We're going to fire half, which will be 5 dice out there. And, oh wow, we got some good hits. So out of the 5, that was 10 figures, by the way. 4, 5, or 6s. 2 more dead Spanish. We'll see if the leader is dead. No, but almost. Okay. So the Buffalo Soldiers have blasted away. All right, it's Teddy and his guys, the Rough Riders. And what are we going to shoot at? We're going to aim right for that hill. There it is. And I think we're outside of long range. Let's see. Yeah. We are just in long range. We'll actually move the potato digger gun. All these figures are 54 millimeter. Many came from the BMC playset and San Juan Hill playset. All right, potato digger gun hit 3 times, but we only killed 1 Spanish. So we won't take the sniper out of the palm tree. Teddy's too far away to fire his revolver. And now we're going to do 10 figures, half the boat, which is 5 dice. And we got 1 hit, and it's a kill. All right. Now, that is, we have no hand-to-hand combat. And that's it. That is 1 complete turn, and these are the super light rules that I use at wargame conventions. I am not saying these are the best rules in the world. We'll do our morale checks on turn 2, which that's what we're going to. All right, everyone. Turn 2, we're going to just do our morale checks first. The Buffalo Soldiers, they are fine. And Teddy Roosevelt's good. The Spanish over there, 6 or higher, they're fine. 7 or higher, sorry. And the other ones are boxcars, they're fine. So all our Spanish units have passed their morale checks. Okay, now if you move first, you get shot first. Okay, so let's see who's going to go first. Let me get 2 colored dice. There we go. Spanish will be white. And it is the Americans will move first. And we got to roll an odd or an even. We have another odd. The USS Olympia does not sight our targets yet. I guess there's fog or whatever. What is it? Mist in the Philippines and all of that. So we're not having any artillery fire from the USS Olympia again for turn 2. We are going to hop off here, and there is some scrub. Let me see what you can see. And you know, I try my best to give you quality gaming stuff as far as videos for what I do. So our Buffalo Soldiers are going to head out. And we're going to get right out here into, there we go. And of course we have the Buffalo Soldiers and a few of the, what is it, the 117th? I forgot. Someone out there leave a message. Dave M. I forgot. What's the regiments for San Juan Hill? We're saying this is a follow-up for that. All right. So, Buffalo Soldiers move there. They're going to advance on that position. They will have light cover. And then Teddy Roosevelt. Let's get him moving. All right. And these rules, by the way, they're real loosey-goosey. And here's Teddy. And everyone's just along the scrub. And, you know, war game conventions, there's so many great war game GMs. You know, there really is. Jim McWee comes to mind. And, of course, Mr. Purdy, he does 54s. And John, he does 54s. Mike Priest, John Mike Priest. So, and then, of course, you have a lot of non-54s. And Steve and Shelby, a great husband and wife team. They're awesome. And they were really good running war games with me when my wife had to go to the hospital. And I had to leave, of course, because family comes first. And they were fantastic, helping to pick up. And we made a lot of videos of Shelby and Steve's Fort William Henry. And Steve's running that Fort William Henry game at Fort William Henry. All right, well, our Spanish have moved. So, I mean, our Americans have moved, excuse me. We're going to fire our big gun right there. And we do not have a hit. Well, and it's traveling, which, there it is. 9. So it lands right there. So this area, that palm tree got blown to bits. All right. So our big gun fired. I guess I could smoke that gun, huh? I know someone will say, how come you're not throwing some smoke out, Bill? I know Colonel Handsome, aka Kevin. I really missed wargaming with them, but the wife really needed me to come down to the Virginia house, and I had to take her medicine. And we don't have a prescription drug thing set up down there, so I had to take her medicine. And of course, that's real important. Okay, our Spanish machine gun's going to open up. And there's our Spanish machine gun. They got light cover. 4, 5, or 6. Wow, a lot of ones and no hits. The Spanish machine gun fired away and didn't get anything. And then 1, 2. We have 3 dice and 3 hits and 2 kills. And let's see if Persian's been hit. Nope. But we did lose 2 Buffalo Soldiers. Okay. So, really could use the Olympia lobbing some 8-inch shells over here. All right, let's move over to the other side of the table. Okay, that's 2 dice and 2 hits. However, because of the light cover that Teddy and his men have, they did not suffer any losses. Okay. The Spanish now can move. And we're going to consolidate here. Here we go. And pause the camera. And we'll consolidate here. And my giant arm is in the way like a King Kong. And our objective is we're going to have the Americans have to capture those 2 huts, okay? So the Spanish have put up a pretty good defensive line here with 2 units. And let's move our camera. Okay. Now we don't have the dynamite gun. I won't blabber along about the dynamite gun, but I used it in the San Juan Hill game. It's quite interesting. And I made a couple of them. All right, we're firing out there. I'm pretty sure that's under 24. Yes, it is. Our potato digger gun, and it rolls four ones. How about that? That's terrible. Okay, so we got 1 hit, and it's a kill. And it's, there we go. And now we're going to see if Pershing gets a hit. He does. And he only got 1. He gets 2 shots, but it didn't kill anything. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, which turns into 7 dice. Okay, 4, 5, or 6s. We got 4 hits, and then 4, 5, or 6s to kill. 2 more dead Spanish. Okay, so that's all the firing from our Buffalo soldiers. And we got to do something about that machine gun. All right, now Teddy over here, we'll change our angle. We're going to fire our machine gun first. And it's on the bow of the ship still. So that's going to be long range, I think. But we'll see. Maybe not. No, it's not. All right, 2, 4, 6 dice. Oh, wow. And we got 5 hits. And we're going to give them light cover. And we got 4 kills. So the potato digger gun just machine gunned the heck out of that. All right, so that's quite a... Now the other potato digger gun didn't score any hits. Okay. Incidentally, some of these figures I actually painted, and some Jim Shaw painted. So, and Jim always does better detail work, of course, because he has superior skills. All right, so our Rough Riders, we're going to allow 2 dice to shoot at long range. Let's see, we'll go 3 dice. I don't know if Kevin would allow that to happen and we get missed. All right, so that's where we're at right now for the end of turn. Turn 2 is side B moved, A fired. We are done. Okay, everyone. It's almost 8 o'clock, and I'm going to call it a night for tonight. And I'm still a bachelor all this week. So we're going to close this out with turn 2. We'll begin turn 3 tomorrow night. We'll see if Teddy can get that machine gun or Pershing and his Buffalo soldiers. And then over here, where Teddy has cleared all of that out. So he's got a pretty good run to our huts. And the huts are going to have, I don't know, we're going to say they have, that's the ammo stores for the Spanish. Okay, so really appreciate all you that are watching this. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and later this month we'll be making our donation to Weiss Fork Battlefield that all of you helped create of $511. Thank you, everyone. Oh, and Kevin, Colonel Handsome would want me to say, be true to your school. Hello, Bill Molyneux here for Bill's Wargame World, May 6th. Um, we're going to go ahead and play a couple more turns and probably finish this. It's a very small game as far as figures, 30 against 40, and then a cannon, a couple machine guns. Like to mention Paul Knapp's YouTube channel, Paul and KNAPP. He's got a 54 millimeter 132nd channel. He does interviews and he has reviews of a lot of figures, especially 3D printed and all kinds of neat stuff. Well worth visiting his channel. He is not really a war gamer. He is a figure collector, but some of you may enjoy his channel. All right, as you remember, the Rough Riders are heading out. They've taken out the Spanish there. Our Buffalo Soldiers have a morale check, and we'll get that out of the way before we start turn 3, and they're fine. They rolled an 8, and I'll be honest, I can't remember if they did a morale check or not. We're going to say they did, and I'm sure Kevin Colonel Hanson will tell me if they didn't. And we also got some information from one of our viewers, Mr. Dave M., that it's the 25th regiment that is here hitting the beaches. All right, in the Philippines. Well, let's get this game going. Let's see if the USS Olympia, well, I guess we'll see who goes first. And the Spanish go first this time. All right, well, right off the bat, we're going to see what happens with the Olympia. Let's see if we can roll an even. And our third turn, we rolled a 5. So the USS Olympia is sitting off the shore, and I don't know, they're twiddling their thumbs. Very depressing. We have no gunfire from them, so we're going to go ahead and, because they move first, they're going to get shot at first. I'm going to pull back from this whole front area. Well, welcome back. We've moved the machine gun, and it can't fire in its fire phase. They used all their movement to book it. The few figures we had left at that building have fallen back. And then here we have this unit of Spanish have dug in. They really didn't move. We spent the turn getting to light cover. Our gun is going to be able to fire this turn. It didn't do anything, no movement or anything. Let's go check the other side of the Spanish. All right, and this flank here is totally covered. So we have the road. These troops are all dug in. It's going to be a tough position for Teddy and Pershing to break through. And again, our victory conditions are for the Americans to get to those huts and destroy them. All right. Well, it's the Americans' fire phase. And believe it or not, they don't have any shooting. There's nothing in range. We're going to say the machine gun team and those 3 figures are out of range and are hidden at this point. Okay, so we're going to go to side B, removes dead, resolve hand-to-hand combat. And can't do that. Side B moves, which is our Americans. Now pause the camera and have them move. Okay, Persians moved up to there with the Buffalo Soldiers. And they're going to try to sweep the left flank of the table. And let's go check on Teddy. From this point of view, this is where we're at. And, oh, our machine guns moved up. Okay, this is where our Teddy Roosevelt and his men have moved forward. And of course, their objective is out there. So this completes turn 3. I'm going to have to write these down at this point. By the way, the casualties are 12 Spanish dead to 4 American dead. So 3-1 losses so far. Okay. We'll get ready for turn 4. Okay, everyone. This is sort of a relaxing game in the sense that it's not a lot of figures. And we're going to go ahead and see who moves first. And Spanish will be the white die. And the Spanish go first. So Spanish moves. All right. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to set up the machine gun. And so the machine gun is here, and we will set it up to fire. There we go. And it will have a field of fire there. We're going to move these 3 figures here. There you go. And not going to move anyone else. All right. Sorry I jumbled the camera, everyone. Well, so our A moves, B is the Americans. They're going to go ahead and fire. Let's see if the Olympia can roll an even die roll. And gosh darn it, look at wherever the die is. Oh, there it is. We roll the 5. So, once again, 4 turns in a row, the Olympia has not been able to roll an even die roll. We're going to fire our Americans here first. And 1, 2, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. 7 dice. Okay. And here we go. And we need 4, 5, or 6s. And we have 4, 5, or 6s. 2. Those 2 are dead. Not the third one. We'll kill off both of them. I'm not even going to do a morale marker. It's 1 figure. He'll run away at the end of this turn. Okay, but so that's that. The potato digger gun, wherever the heck it is, there it is. It cannot fire this turn. I have figures in its way. My mistake. Okay. Well, Teddy and his men, they have no targets. In fact, they got to move quite a ways before they get anything. And I'm not moving the Spanish. The objective is to hold those huts, and I'm in defensive position. So we're going to move on to our next turn sequence. All right, everyone, here we go. Americans move. And we're going to go 9 inches. We got some hill here and some terrain. We won't go the full 12 for the most part, but we are advancing. So that lone figure will fire and run away, I guess. I gotta get this machine gun up on the knoll. I don't know if I have range for out there. I'll show you what I'm talking about. There we go. So my machine gun team is perched there. They're on a hill. And they should be able to see across whatever crops those are or whatever it is to those figures there if I'm within range. I'm not sure if I am. So this side of the table has moved. I'm going to go ahead and move Teddy. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move Teddy's men 9 inches. So they're about in here. And this coming weekend, we have no Chucklehead game, but May 17th, the big Leesburg, Virginia game. And that's going to be awesome. It's going to be at Mr. Tim's house in Leesburg, Virginia, 28 millimeter massive game. And I've been told even Ron the Snyder Pretzel King, Ron Perlman, the famous war gamer, will be there, and a lot of other people. I hear it's going to be a spectacle. And Mr. Tim has agreed to have me there with Goober the Traveling Bear and also make a video. And I'm hoping it's a good video that a lot of you will watch so we can raise more money for Braddock's Battlefield History Center. You can hardly see Teddy's figures in that jungle. Maybe I need to get out of there. Okay. It's Spanish fire turn right off the bat. That gun is darn close. We're going to lob a shell right there. Here we go. And it's a direct hit. All right. It's direct hit. 4, 5, or 6s. Wow. Well, that gun finally scored a hit. And it killed 3 of our Rough Riders. That was nasty since we only got about 20 per. Or not Rough Riders, Buffalo Soldiers. That was devastating. There we go. Sorry about that, everyone. So the figures have been removed. Gonna fire the machine gun. Oh, look at that. So the machine gun fire was all misses. So, but our artillery did put a hurting on our Buffalo Soldiers. And we have one rifleman out there who needs a 5 or a 6, and he did it. And a 4 doesn't quite make it. He needed a 5 or a 6 again, so he missed. And we're going to say, I don't know, run away. We're going to have him join the machine gun team. And that completes turn 4. All right, turn 5. Hope everyone's enjoying the Spanish-American War beach attack. And we'll pause the camera here. Well, the Americans have to move first. That means they'll get shot first. Let's see if the Olympia rolled another 5. No Olympia support. However, I do believe we're going to say you have some hand-to-hand combat, everyone. All right. So they're going in. Machine gun can fire 3 dice. And got 2 hits. And so they're going to kill off 2 of here. And then I got to roll. Let me see what you can see. Okay, here comes the Buffalo Soldiers. And all right. And 5, 6. That's 5 becomes a 6. This gunner is dead. Send in another one. Now the machine gun did kill 2 coming in. That was a terrible roll. 6, 7. Another one dead. And oh wow. The Spanish are not doing well in hand-to-hand combat with the Buffalo Soldiers. And oh, we lost a Buffalo Soldier. And we'll send in another one. And +1, 2. All right. So, what do you think? Do they know how to use the machine gun? I would think so. They're carrying a machine gun with them in their team. So, bad hand-to-hand combat there. This took that machine gun area. I'm going to pause the camera and move the rest of our figures. All right, Teddy has moved up, and I think we're going to have some Spanish firing on them. Let me check the range. Yep, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm going to be firing 5 dice out there. And 1 hit for no kills. All those Spanish fired now and didn't get a single hit. All right. Teddy was very lucky. Oh, you know, we didn't check to see if Persian was killed. Nope. This past batch of firing. We're going to go over the other side and have them fire. Okay. Let's see what happens. Our Spanish are on the knoll. Get it sighted in a little bit. I'm going to say it's over 24, but under 30. Yeah, just a little over 24. So, 5 dice. Rolling them over on the other side, and they got no hits. All right. So our Spanish are firing like mad. And boy, you know what the gun's going to do? I don't know if I can depress that barrel down. What do you all think? I'm going to say it's going to aim for the machine gun. Here's the machine gun. Here we go. And as you can see, it's not going where it's supposed to go. 14 inches. It landed out here somewhere. All right. So out here, the shell hit. And that's it for the Spanish firing. And of course, the Olympia's not doing anything. All right, turn sequence. We are at the American firing phase. I'm right here. Yeah, the Spanish aren't going to run away from their gun. Our machine gun's got a 48-inch range. We're going to fire that first. Okay. Let's see if we have range. 43 inches. Need 6 dice, 5 and 6s to hit. And we rolled 4 hits, and then they're in cover. So we need 5 or 6s to kill. We killed 1 figure. So the potato digger gun blazes away. And due to the range and the cover, they only lost 1. 2, 4, 6, 8. We get 4 dice back. And maximum range. Well, we got 2 hits and 2 kills. So our Buffalo Soldiers, they did well. So they got 2. And I probably should do morale for them. I don't know. Sort of loosey-goosey for getting the morale checks times. All right. Let's go over to see what's happening with Teddy. Now, Teddy Roosevelt and the Rough Riders, they've yet to lose a single figure. I know we're at 48 inches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're going to get 10 dice. 8, 9, 10. I got 10 dice. I need 5 and 6s. We got 4 hits. And out of those 4, we got 3 kills. So Teddy and the Rough Riders, take out 3 figures. And then a potato digger gun is long range. 5, oh wow, 3 6s, and roll again, a 1 and 2 more 6s. So the potato digger gun takes out 2 figures. Jim Shaw painted some of these Spanish, and he did such a good job on them. The flag bearer here is outstanding. There we go. Thank you, Jim. Jim Shaw is a great friend and great painter in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. All right, turn 5 is completed. We're going to turn 6. I have this listed for an 8-turn game. This would be a nice convention game with 4 players, I think. The Spanish might need to be zipped up a little bit more. But other than that, I don't know. Americans haven't taken either hut, so maybe I shouldn't say that yet. Let's see who goes first. And the Americans have to go first. Let's see if we're going to get an even die roll. Where should we roll that? We'll roll it in the boat. We need even for the Olympia. We rolled another 5. I think that's like 4 or 5. That's 5 times we couldn't roll an even die roll. All right. So the Olympia is just, I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're sleeping. So we're going to go ahead and move our Americans. I'm going to pause the camera so you don't have to get bored while I move all these troops. Okay, on this side, we have moved up. We also have that captured machine gun. It moved less than 3 inches, so it will be able to fire. The Buffalo soldiers have a machine gun, so we're going to say they know how to use it. Now we're going to go over and check and see what Teddy and his men are doing. Okay, well, Teddy Roosevelt and his Rough Riders have moved forward. We're now within close range, but we still have the cover issues. And our potato digger gun is right in here with its 3-man crew. I actually am losing these Rough Rider brown figures in this jungle. All right, so the Spanish get to fire first. And since we're right here, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 dice. And 4, 5, or 6s, that's 3 hits. And then 1, 1, and 3. So Spanish ineffective in their firing. Okay, let's head over to the other side of the table. All right, we're going to have the big gun fire to try to knock out the potato digger gun. There it is. Okay, here we go. Potato digger gun roll. And it is not hitting. And now it could land if now, and it goes about to there. All right. So that's where it lands. Air sound effects. And then we will count up our Spanish rifles here. And well, let's see if we roll a 4 or under. Well, they rolled a 5. The morale is okay. Very close to having them run away 12 inches, though. We're one of the few times I ever checked morale. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 4 dice. Now, and not a single hit. 1, 1, 2, and 3. One of the nice things about a Gentleman's War rules that we're using with a bit of bolt action is the casualties aren't excessive because you're only firing half the figures. So in many war games, you're rolling a die per figure. Okay, that ends. Hold on, we'll check our sequence. All right, side B moves, which is the Spanish. And there are stand put. And then we're going to have the Americans fire. Let's do Teddy first, all right, everyone? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we got 10 dice. We're gonna do 5 and 5. We need 4, 5, or 6s. Got 2 out of 5, and 2 and 4 is 6 hits. And a lot of 5 and 6s are needed. We got 4 hits with 3 5s and a 6. So 2, 3, 4. We'll leave the palm tree fellow there. That was a devastating volley. And then our machine gun, the potato digger gun, he will aim at that. Let's just see if he's within range. Yes, 41 inches. All right. Our potato digger gun. They see the Spaniard sniper in the palm tree. And where the heck is he? There he is. And we need 5 or 6s. We got four potential hits. Now, does he have cover in that thing or no? I'm going to say no. And it wouldn't have mattered. I rolled 2 5s and a 6. So this palm tree just got riddled. All right. So Teddy and the Rough Riders are doing well here. There's only 3 Spaniards left, and he'll be heading directly for the huts. All right, we're over here with the Buffalo Soldiers, and we're going to fire the machine gun up the hill at that cannon, because sooner or later it's going to hit. And 4, 5, 6, long range, 4 hits, and at long range, I do not have the gun in cover. Okay, it does have a gun shield, so we'll go with light cover, I guess. I need 5 or 6s to kill, and we got 2 kills. All right. And then still enough men to man the gun. We're going to have 2 figures fire up there for 1 die, and that's a miss. You know what? We can have, now we'll fire the machine gun out there. 5 or 6s, 6 dice. Here we go. And only 1 hit. And it's a kill, though. We rolled a 6. So firing out there, we got 1 kill. And then for rifle fire, 1, only 2 dice. And neither one is a hit at this range. Okay. So, that completes the firing. Okay, everyone, we are on turn 7, and our Rough Riders over here. We got to see, first of all, this is the Olympia. The Olympia is finally awakened. Where the heck's the die? There it is. We're going to do the Olympia first. All right. Well, the Olympia is going to try to get rid of that. I'm going to say the Olympia has been seeing that fire on the hill, the big gun. So what do you say we lob Olympia shells at it? We get a total of 4. It's 2 and 2, so 2 have to hit the same target. They're twin turrets. And one's going to deviate, and the other one's going to deviate. And they both deviating off the table. All right, so gun turret, a gun turret, goes way the heck out here and out here. Let's do it again with the AF gun turret. And that's a direct hit that time. So the Olympia's first gun is a hit in secondary turret. And the next one is going way out off the table. There you go. So we got 1 hit. I have the Olympia's 8-inch guns doing 8 dice per hit. 3 needing 4, 5, or 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 8, and then 5 and 6s. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 crew members are dead. And that wipes out the gun. All right, so the Olympia finally in turn 7 takes out that H.G. Wells Little Wars gun, and our very well painted flag bearer takes off. And we're going to say at this point it's getting bleak for the Spanish without their big gun. There's no way that they're going to win. Now, if we have 8 turns to get to the huts, it's going to take 3 or 4 more turns. Even at 12 inches on the road would be 15. But let's do some close-ups. Okay, for turn 7, we're ending this out. We'll do a few close-ups. This is where the Buffalo Soldiers are heading. There's only a couple. I mean, that's 3 dice out there, really, and a leader. And we have 2 machine guns in position. 1 there, and 1 there. There's no way that they can hold out. And here we have the Spanish will get 1 die and for 2 figures, and another die at a -1 to hit, being 1 figure. But the Rough Riders would probably just move with a +1 and win ties and melee over them. Okay, so pause the camera for a minute. Well, thank you for watching. Those of you that watched the several episodes of our beach attack in Spanish-American War. May 17th, the big Leesburg miniature game, Gettysburg first day. A lot of war gamers will be there. The Chuckleheads. Kevin may not be there. We're not sure. He may have another commitment. Don't forget the Paul Knapp Show, Knapp, on YouTube. And leave some comments. Do we want to do another Spanish-American War game? Or I could pick up Spanish-American War and I could do a little Gurkha action, or Australian troops in the jungle fighting Japanese. And that will probably be my last game, because I got to get this table set up for play testing for Iwo Jima for Historicon. And like always, don't forget to support my board games at Bill Molyneux Games at Blue Panther Printing. Stay safe, be kind, be courteous, and I hope you enjoy this video.